Welcome, everyone. Big changes could be in store for the I-35 corridor. This morning, the Corridor Advisory Committee presented their My-35 plan to TxDOT commissioners.
Yeah, the report shows ways that I-35 could be improved to relieve the growing congestion problem. It was a process that took about 2 years to complete. And while the report has some big ideas, it lacks the funding to back it up. We broke this story first on KXAN.com. It's our top story at noon. Jared?
Well, Chris and Sally, one of the first reports, on the report of those areas, and that the committee puts as the highest priority is actually to move I-35. Now, the recommendation is to change this portion of I-35 from north of Georgetown to just north of Buda, from an interstate to a highway, allowing TxDOT to actually change one of the lanes in both directions to a managed toll lane. Now, in turn, the current SH-130 that goes around the city would no longer be a toll road. It would be widened to 6 lanes and turned into the new I-35, connecting back to the original I-35 just north of Buda. It's a massive undertaking, but one the committee thinks could happen in the next 5 to 10 years. Now, another short-term project on that list is turning US 183 from US 290 to Highway 71 near the airport to a full freeway, eliminating all the stoplights in that 7-mile stretch. Now, these are just a few of the suggestions the 20-member advisory committee detailed in a 122-page report. Most of the information was gathered from UT researchers, forums, surveys, and about 20 public meetings, all of which were held along I-35 and only brought out about 40 people at the most. However, over 1,200 phone interviews and 600 questionnaires were submitted from the public on ways to improve the corridor, and that was the main factor in this report.
So having that grassroots, bottom-up sort of approach to bringing these ideas into the dialogue, it was an essential part of the process.
Now, if everything in this report could go forward today, it would cost nearly $500 billion over the next 20 years. TxDOT currently has enough funding projected to cover just over a fifth of that amount. Now, with the deficit, the legislature is already tight on money, so more funding from the state will be unlikely. Other options presented include increasing the gas tax or even possibly charging a mile per usage fee for drivers. This, again, is a preliminary report, and it could be adapted still, but you can see it for yourself online right now at KXAN.com. And coming up, we'll tell you a big alternative in this plan that would eliminate having to drive on I-35 at all. That's coming up in the next half hour. Reporting live in the studio, Jared Wise, KXAN Austin News.